choosing furniture for your home, there's so much to think about. Should you focus on style or function or both?
Hi, I'm Adriana Hoyos. I am an interior designer and I'm the creative director of Adriana Hoyos Furnishings. Welcome to our showroom. Lifestyle is very important to take into consideration when selecting the right furniture for you.
We get expert advice on what to look for when furnishing any room on today's SoFlo Home Project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra. When it comes to choosing furniture for your home, take into account your lifestyle. It's a personal process that's unique to your situation and personal taste. Today, we'll look at matching the furniture to the scale of your space, how to set up the ultimate bedroom, the importance of style and function of a dining room, and so much more. So we're joined today by Adriana Hoyos, interior designer and furniture designer, and we're here at the new flagship Adriana Hoyos furniture showroom in Hollywood. Adriana, welcome to SoFlo Home Project.
Welcome to Adriana Hoyos, Alena. I'm so happy to have you here.
This is exciting. The showroom is gorgeous, and I cannot wait for our viewers to sort of get a little tour through it, learn more about the furnishings. But before we dive in, I wanted to give our viewers a little bit of background about you, because that unique perspective of being an interior designer as well as a furniture designer is such a great mix.
I always say that I was born to be a designer, and then as time went by, customers give you a lot of feedback, and I couldn't find that type of furniture out in the market. Most of the time you will see furniture designed by product designers, by engineers, but they miss that, I would say, that sense of harmony with the interiors. So I saw the opportunity of creating furniture for my clients. Today you see me here standing after 14 collections, and I can't complain. I would say they're timeless.
They really are, because the lines and the styling and the look, and when people are selecting furnishings for their home, timeless and comfort and style, all those things is what we want.
Exactly.
Well, Adriana, I love that background. Let's take a seat now and
let's try it.
I'm going to check out the comfort. And as a furniture designer and an interior designer, you have so much great insight as to what people should think about when starting a design in any room, but I thought we start with the living room and the one piece that anchors it all, the sofa.
Yes, to me, the selection of the sofa is the key element to start that living room.
Absolutely.
So I honestly like to stretch the space to use the sofa as big as possible. That's one of my secrets, so I'm sharing it with you. So when we come into a condominium or a living room, we want to stretch that sofa. So using a sectional is also, very trendy, and I like it. It's more informal, but nowadays, who wants a formal?
Absolutely.
And
it gives
the
a lot of
color
flexibility.
Of the color, I always say the color of the big animal, because that's the largest piece in the living room. I try to keep it neutral. If a client likes a color, I will suggest to drop some pillows that will add that pop.
So we talked about how important selecting the right sofa is, but the complementary pieces that go around it to create the perfect living room or a family room are just as important.
Yes, well, after the first decision, that sofa, my second choice is the cocktail tables. And I say cocktail tables because nowadays I suggest to do like groupings.
Yes.
I love this idea of the nesting.
The mixed materials are also very interesting.
And
brings a lot in.
finishes and different finishes to complement and add a little bit of texture and depth into the room. And then obviously the lounge chairs are a big part, and I will always say that the lounge chairs are like the cherry on the cake, because they finish everything, and that's where I suggest to do the color or the print or go a little bit crazy.
Yes.
Why not? So to me, the perfect match will be to have a sofa or two sofas depending on the size of the room,
yes.
And then always to have a couple of very comfortable, sexy lounge chairs.
That is a great way to put it. And we've got so much more to cover when we come back. Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, choosing a dining room with great style and long-lasting livability.
I'm Tat with FHIA, and it is still hurricane season, and folks are still considering changing out their windows and upgrading their hurricane protection. We're going to give you some tips on getting the most out of your in-home consultation on today's SoFlo Home Project.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we're here at the Adriana Hoyos showroom in Hollywood, Florida, the flagship location, joined by Adriana Hoyos herself. So before the break, we talked a little bit about living room furniture, so tips for selecting the right sofa and the accent pieces like the chairs and the coffee table. But another room that's just as important is the dining room. And Adriana, let's start with the table.
Yes, well, here we're in front of a new dining table. In this case, we are using Decton. This is a man-made material. The quality about Decton is that it's very durable. So you could almost like cook on top of this
Nothing will happen.
and nothing will happen. So that's a very good tip for people that are, worried about the wear and tear of a table. Wood, it's still one of my favorites, but why not glass? We are doing beautiful tables with tinted glass.
Now, the table base, something that shouldn't be forgotten when choosing your dining table.
For me, as a furniture designer, they're the most important part of the dining table. So I always pay attention when you sit in the table that you don't hit your legs. So the tabletop should overlap that base enough to be able to be comfortable. I try to avoid legs. I concentrate more on like pedestals. When you have legs, that's hard to see the people around it.
Now, Adriana, we've got more to talk about because the chairs are the other part to the equation of selecting the right dining room. But first, let's see what Tat Granada from FHIA has for us today.
It's still hurricane season, and a lot of us are still making the decisions about what should we change out our windows, and do we have time to change out the windows for this hurricane season. And some of the things that we need to consider this hurricane season, a lot of manufacturers are having delays right now, and a lot of contractors are having significant delays in getting the products. So one of our big concerns right now, especially having this opportunity to talk to a lot of you, is to make sure you don't fall into a situation where you've been promised something that will be impossible to deliver. So right now, where that consultation is, you have to feel really confident with the person that you're meeting with. You have to make sure you're getting the right information. And if something sounds like it's so different than everyone else is saying, it probably is, and it is for a reason. If you're talking to contractors and most of them are telling you it's going to be 4 to 6 months, and you have somebody that tells you they can get the windows for you in 4 weeks, I'd be a little apprehensive about that because it's just not happening right now in the industry. There's some things that are always going to be really important. Finding a reliable contractor, choosing a right product for your home, making sure you're going to get a great installation, warranties, all those things are always important. But right now, in respect to the market that we're in right now and the environment that we're in right now, the two things that I concern myself with most when I'm talking to homeowners is unrealistic delivery times and unrealistic pricing. So if I would just stress that right now in the summer of 2021, I would say just be careful of those two things, because those are the things that I'm hearing from consumers that they've been really unhappy with as it relates to this hurricane season. So hopefully that's been helpful and you make the best decision for you and your family. Back to you, Alena.
Thanks, Tat. So Adriana, we talked about tables, but so important to go with that is the dining chairs. Is there a formula that you like to kind of go by when making the perfect dining table selections?
Yeah, in this case, what I did here was use leather in the back and a very nice, durable, easy to clean fabric on the seat cushion and back cushion.
Easy to clean being key when selecting your dining chair fabric.
Exactly. Nowadays, one of the trends is to keep the chairs not so high, because that makes the room look like old-fashioned. So this will make the room also look bigger, and that to me is a trend, but a trend to stay.
No, that's great advice. Dining chairs are an opportunity to have a little fun. That's that area to be bold and mix fabrics and patterns.
And you can immerse, again, your style by using some color or just doing chairs at the end that don't have anything to do with the rest.
What is the story behind how you designed this piece?
This chair belongs to my Galapagos collection, and it was inspired in the Galapagos Islands. My daughter works with me. She's also a designer. Her name is Andrea. We went to the islands, and honestly, it was so easy. Just out of the plane, we were looking at the volcanoes and we took pictures, and that became the inspiration for a table. This particular chair is inspired in the blue-footed booby. It's a beautiful bird that with the double skin gave us the silhouette and the idea of using the two materials.
I'll talk about truly being inspired by nature, and it really tells a story, and I think it's so important when you're curating the right furnishings for your home. Having pieces that tell a story is such an important part of that.
Yes, completely.
Coming up next, the do's and don'ts for creating the perfect bedroom. If you visit Coral Gables, you'll find the newest row of luxury townhomes located in the heart of Biltmore Square, Althea Row. Althea Row, surrounded by lush green canopies, stunning golf courses, and a wide variety of culinary experiences, including fine dining, trend-setting restaurants, upscale bars, an impressive financial district, and universities and schools. MG Developer is a residential property development company based in Coral Gables. Led by Alirio Torrealba, the firm provides and implements a comprehensive array of real estate-oriented services. And I had the opportunity to meet with Alirio as well as the architect on the project, Maria, and find out a little bit more about this beautiful development. We're here today in the beautiful city of Coral Gables at Althea Row, one of the several developments within Biltmore Square. And we're joined by the architect on the project, Maria de la Guardia of DLGB Architects, and Alirio Torrealba, the CEO of MG Developer.
Thank you so much for coming.
Well, thank you. We are excited to tour this beautiful property. And now Maria and I are going to take a quick look at some of the architectural features of this place. Maria, you've actually designed 3 of the developments within Biltmore Square.
That's correct. We designed Beatrice Row, we designed Althea Row, and Biltmore Row, which is currently under construction.
You want to take us through a little backstory of the project itself and your inspiration?
Sure. As architects, we have the responsibility of the beautification of the city, and we saw the townhouse project as a possibility to contribute to the beauty of Coral Gables, our beloved Coral Gables.
So Maria, when you first walk in the townhome, there's this beautiful grand staircase. What was the inspiration behind that? Because it just has such a grand look and is such a focal point.
What was very important was that that staircase pick you up as soon as you enter and bring you quickly up into the second floor. And so all of our social spaces are on the second floor. The other thing about the staircase was that we used it as a light well to bring natural light all the way down to the first floor.
Well, I think one of the things when you walk in, you don't feel like you are in a townhome. Now, the indoor-outdoor space is stunning. Share with us a little inspiration about designing that and that connection to the kitchen.
We wanted to create a residence that could entertain or could be very private. By designing this sort of family room kitchen and connecting it through a terrace to an outdoor loggia with the summer kitchen and barbecue, it's very easy to entertain here.
Truly a beautiful space for entertaining, and I thank you for sharing just a little bit of the inspiration behind and some of the great design details here in Althea Row.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we're continuing our tour of the beautiful new flagship Adriana Hoyos showroom in Hollywood with Adriana herself. So before the break, we've talked about selecting the right furnishings for living room, dining room, but now I think another room where we often get a lot of viewer questions is how to select the right pieces for your bedroom. And we're here in this gorgeous bedroom. Tell us a little bit about what we're seeing first.
Well, we're in front of my new Galapagos bed. It's inspired in the stingray, just watching these big animals with the movements so elegant. So we thought that was the perfect serene silhouette to frame a bed.
It is gorgeous, soft, and these more curved edges and more rounded shapes. We're seeing a lot of that starting to come into play in design, and I love that. Even the nightstands.
The nightstands are also organic,
Yes.
softer edges and circular shapes.
I think a big thing when selecting nightstands is getting the height of the nightstand right in proportion to the bed height.
Exactly. You can't have a very high nightstand and a very low bed. So they should be like the mattress height.
Now, what about adding maybe that seated area if the room is large enough?
I like to bring a sitting area when possible because I see a lot of families gather in the bedroom, and I like to invite my kids to come and talk to us, and that's the place for them. In my case, I love to bring in lounge chairs because of the scale.
Yes.
I'd rather have, let's say, 4 lounge chairs than a sofa in a bedroom. And if I use a sofa in a bedroom, I will make sure it's something playful, something with an interesting shape and not very big.
Yes, that's a good point. Scale, so when you're adding those accent pieces in a bedroom, don't go oversized. Those are more about proportion and scale and something fun.
Exactly.
Next on SoFlo Home Project, selecting the right furniture fabrics for your lifestyle. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we're continuing our day here at the Adriana Hoyos showroom in Hollywood with Adriana. So we've talked about furnishings, and you've shared so many great tips and also showed us some beautiful pieces from your collections. But I think really the heart of it all is pieces of furniture can really be personalized with the right finishes, fabrics, materials, and we've got a little sampling of what you offer here.
Yeah, I'm showing here some of our new finishes, and I love to be able to give the opportunity to the clients and designers to create their own.
You can kind of have something for everything, you just have to think about the way you use the furniture.
Yes, and you can transform the same piece of furniture into something very, I would say, urban, sophisticated, into something very relaxed and beachy.
All
just by
based on what you
changing
choose.
the finish of the furniture as well as the fabrics.
And I'm glad you said fabric. Are there any types of fabrics in general that you might say, these are great options for a sofa, something that's going to get a lot of wear and tear?
The function of this piece of furniture is very important because, the right selection of the fabric is key for the durability of this piece of furniture.
Absolutely.
We do have those, I would say, intelligent fabrics that are easy to clean. They have, a huge amount of double wraps, so they don't wear easily.
Now you mentioned a key term that as a designer I know, but I want our viewers to kind of learn a little more design vocabulary, double rub when it comes to fabric. What does that mean?
Well, that's a test that the fabric manufacturer will do on a fabric on rubbing the fabric. So anything that you read the label that's over 35,000 becomes like a contract grade, meaning used for hotels. So anything that's
it'll be
good for a
durable.
hotel,
Very durable.
it's very durable for your home.
Oh, that's a great tip. And this is the fun part, the mixing, the matching, seeing the samples. I mean, I think when it comes to designing a home, the selection of finishes and fabrics,
Yeah,
it's the heart of
that's
it.
really my passion. I just enjoy so much what I do, and I have so much fun.
Well, speaking of fun, this has been so much fun because we have gotten to learn a little bit more about your inspiration behind some of your lines and showcase so many of the gorgeous pieces, as well as share a lot of good tips. So, Adriana, I thank you for allowing us into your flagship showroom to show a little bit more to our
Well,
viewers.
thank you for coming. I enjoyed it very much too, meeting you in person and sharing with you my ideas. So you're always welcome to come.
Thanks so much. We hope to have you back soon. And to our viewers at home, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. And now check out what we have planned for you next week on SoFlo Home Project. Get ready to welcome guests in great gathering spaces. We talk designing for entertainment as we tour a grand waterfront property. And now it's about that time to check in with our friend Hunter Frankie, the host of SoFlo Health, and see what he has going on tomorrow. Hunter, what's up?
Hey there, Elena. How's this for a dining room table? Tomorrow on SoFlo Health, we are at the famous Coral Castle in Homestead, where we get to experience some pretty cool constructions such as this one, and being able to move thousands and thousands of pounds of coral rock. Plus, we head over to Super Wheels, where you might remember it if you've been in Kendall for a long time, known as Hot Wheels in the past, and we're going to learn to quad skate and see how some people throughout the pandemic have picked up an old sport and made it new again. We'll also talk about all the different types of water. Should you drink alkaline water, sparkling water, spring water, distilled water, or just water in general? And finally, we'll spend some time with our good friend Chef Ray De La Osa over at Publix, and he'll show you how to make some pretty convenient meals in a jiffy. That's all tomorrow right here on SoFlo Health on the one and only Local 10 at 12:30.
Thanks, Hunter. We will definitely be watching. And to our viewers at home, thanks so much for joining us this week, and we hope to see you again next week for another episode of SoFlo Home Project right here on Local 10. And before we go, I just wanted to let you all know that in 2 weeks, SoFlo Home Project will be moving to a brand new prime time on Sundays at 5:30 p.m. And we hope that you will join us at our new time slot during football season. And remember, there's no place like SoFlo Home on Sundays. If you missed any part of this episode, or if you're looking for more design inspiration, make sure to check out all episodes online at SoFloHomeProject.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram.